So, in speaking about the PlayStation definitely not being dead, Video Game Charts has the worldwide estimated hardware sales for the last week and then the lifetime sales. So I thought, given we're up at the end of the year, why not do a little recap? So global hardware sales estimates for this week, up to from the 7th to 14th, basically. So a little earlier than today.
Mm-hmm.
Just under 1.4 schmil for the Switch. In a week, that's a lot. That's a lot of consoles.
Jesus Christ! They sold $1.4 million in a week.
No, 1.4 million consoles.
Or sorry, that's what I meant. Consoles in a week.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, it is Christmas time.
It's holiday season.
But oh my God!
PlayStation 4, 471,000.
Oh my God!
Xbox One, 289. That's
I'm seeing the PS Vita.
That's rough.
I'm seeing the PS Vita. I'm seeing the PS
All right, 3DS, 17,000 units. The PS Vita, bringing it home. 47 units.
Oh my God, 47 units.
I want to know where they're finding
Global.
the PS Vitas to buy.
Bro, those are secondhand off Kijiji and Craigslist. 47
global.
Dude, if this isn't a dead console, I don't know what is, bruh.
I don't even know if there's enough margin for error in 47 to be estimating, but there you go.
Dude, 47.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So that was globally.
That's a big yikes for me, dog.
The numbers really don't change all that much, depending on where you are. However, so the interesting thing is that the one region that the Xbox outsold the PlayStation was in the Americas, which includes U.S., Canada, Latin America, where it sold 218.7K for the Xbox and 198.8 for the PlayStation. So what does that mean? I think all it means right now is that the sentiment, generally speaking, at least in North America, has shifted towards Xbox. I think the One X is doing them a lot of justice. I think that their service, what's it called? The Ultimate Pass or whatever the fuck?
The Game Pass or whatever
Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, that
I
shit's...
think that's going to be moving. And I think that coupled with the next Xbox coming is going to be fucking...
That's big.
Big numbers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what you're seeing there. And I think that's because Game Pass has probably pushed the most in that. I don't even know if Game Pass is available in Asia and shit yet. I have no idea the reach of it. Anyway, but in Europe, PlayStation crushed the Xbox. It wasn't even close. 208,000 to 61,000. It's like not even fucking remotely close. And Japan continues to be the one place Microsoft cannot get a foothold because Japan is very loyal to their own products. And so the Xbox sold 4,000 units to the 47,000 of the PlayStation 4, which, to be honest, isn't all that much, given the Switch sold 382,000.
Dude, the Switch is fucking
in Japan alone
on fire. Well, you know what? You want to know what's different about the Switch than any other console? Is I feel like the Switch, and it is because also it's handheld, but let's be real, it is a console as well.
Yes.
And I think what really differentiates the Nintendo Switch from any other handheld console is that it has that ability to be a console, and it's one of those things that I feel like on a whim.
Yeah.
I am far more likely to head down to Walmart
and just buy a Switch
and grab a Switch.
Yeah.
It feels like a transaction that isn't heavy. It feels like when you go to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation, it's an event. It's like
it feels like a commitment.
Exactly. It's seriously like you're buying into. It's almost like building a computer.
Yeah.
But going to get a Switch almost feels like going to buy a I don't know, like a cell phone, like a new iPhone. You know what I mean? It feels like it's something that I can.
It feels like something that you're going to use daily versus something that sits in your living room.
Yeah, and not only that, I just think like the mentality behind it.
Yeah,
it's different.
It's mobile.
Yeah, and it just
you can take it with you. You can have it at home.
It's just like I don't know what it is, but I feel like I feel like at any time if I didn't own a Switch and I heard some cool news, like Luigi's Mansion 3 is amazing.
Yeah.
I'd just go to Walmart and pick up a Switch.
Yes.
But if I hear something's amazing on the Xbox One, I'm not inclined to go down and just go pick up an Xbox.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
I
like
get you.
this, like a
I
weird.
get you. It feels like well, it's a different console type entirely, right? You're
Yeah.
talking about something that's like I wouldn't have said that about the Wii, for example.
No.
I think it's the fact that it's dual purpose, that it's mobile, that you can take it with you.
Yeah.
Kind of shit that you can play it on the couch. If somebody else is using the TV.
Yeah, Tyler hit
kinda
it.
thing.
It feels like a better investment. It feels like a more of an impulsive buy that I wouldn't regret
Yeah.
after I bought it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like, I think subconsciously you do know it's multi-purpose.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to use it, my wife might use it.
Yeah.
You know, my kids might use it. But hey, you know what? I'm going to go on that trip to Florida next week. I'm going to take that with me on the plane.
Yeah.
It's like, it just seems like I'm going to use it more, even if I don't plan on using it. You know what I mean? Like it's that I think
true.
that's like a big reason why the Switch. Not only that, they make great games, and Nintendo
Yeah, of course.
is
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
own lane. They don't
Yeah.
have any real competition. But I mean, man, I almost feel like I'd buy a second Switch before I buy an Xbox. Like
Yes.
honestly, just to have another one in the house. You know what I mean? Like if for example, I was using my Switch and Kayla's like, I really want to use a Switch, or Kai gets a little older, I want to use the Switch, Dad, I want to use the Switch. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just go buy you one.
Yeah.
But if it's an Xbox, like, no, I'm not going to go buy another Xbox.
yeah.
You know,
It is weird.
It's weird.
Because it does feel like I think it's because it's a handheld as well. It makes you feel like you're buying a handheld that conveniently plays on the TV.
Yeah.
Instead of it being a console that conveniently you can take with you.
Yeah.
I think that's been one of their smarter marketing things, is that you don't see them market the Switch very often they do, but not as they market it more in a handheld mode than they market it as a dock.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart because
Very
what
smart.
it puts in your mind is that it makes you feel like you're buying a handheld versus buying a console. And I think that's why it feels different to you versus buying an Xbox or a PlayStation, and it feels less like a heavy investment because they're framing it like a handheld that just so happens to dock to a TV.
Yeah.
Instead of a console
Makes sense.
that you can take with you.
Yeah.
I think that's a smarter marketing move. But just from that, it does make you feel like an impulse buy. Like you could impulse buy a 3DS.
Yes.
Right.
Very quickly.
So that's
Yeah.
I think the same idea.
Well, there it is.
Same idea.
Yeah. Switch is crushing it, dude. Switch is fucking crushing it.
So let's go over, before we move on, let's go over the global lifetime estimated on these bad boys, because we got them here.
Whew.
Keep in mind, the Switch has been out for almost half as much time as PlayStation and Xbox when we say these numbers. So I'll start at the top. PlayStation 4 is at... Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that one for last. I'll start from the bottom. PS Vita. You know what? I'm actually kind of impressed. It's just shy of 16 million lifetime. I'm impressed they even got that far.
I looked at that number and I had to do a double take. I thought it said 15,000. I was like, okay,
That would have been funny.
15 million. It's like, okay.
Biggest wasted investment in history. 3DS, 74.9 mil.
Damn.
A lot of handheld sold. The Xbox One, 45.5 mil. Which, if it was last generation, was somewhere in the neighborhood where it started to level out in the last couple of generations. But the gaming market has grown dramatically.
Yeah.
In the last generation or two. And so 45 million isn't all that impressive anymore. The Switch, in less time, has surpassed the Xbox One, is now at 47.3 million.
Jesus. And it's been out for like fucking, 3 years?
But the big dick swing here in this room, and I mean elephant dick, PlayStation 4 comes in lifetime sales 104.8 million units.
That's a lot of units.
That is outselling.
That's a lot of units, bro. That's a chunk,
Switch and Xbox One
Combined.
combined.
bro.
And we'll even toss in the PS Vita.
Yeah, just chuck that in there.
Because you can.
Bro, that is, if you did the math, that's a chunk of the world's population.
Yes.
Straight up.
If it was just
There's a
in the
percentage.
States, it'd be 1 in 3 people. Roughly.
Jesus. It's a lot of PlayStations,
They're
bro.
moving a lot of PlayStations.
That's a lot of PlayStations, bro.
104.8 million.
How sad are you right now if you're Xbox and you are the second worst selling console?
It's really only competing with the PlayStation, right? The Switch is its own thing, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah.
like, even if you're a multi-console household, it's usually you have an Xbox and a Switch or a PlayStation and a Switch, like a Nintendo console. Because Nintendo is so focused on their first-party titles that it's like its own thing. But even by that metric,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
they're literally getting more than doubled by PlayStation.
Dude, that's crazy, dude. PlayStation fucking crushed it.
crushed it this gen.
Well, let's be real. Xbox started off bad. Very horrible. Horrible.
It wasn't good.
Diablo 3 bad, bro.
Don Matrick came in and was brought in as the head of Xbox division.
How many millions of consoles
And
did that cost them, dude? Like honestly, from the like how bad? Like if they crushed the opening, I wouldn't be surprised
By
to
the
see
looks
that
of it,
number.
somewhere around 30 million consoles.
I was about to say they'd probably be around 70 to 80 million consoles sold.
If they started with the concept of the Xbox One when Phil Spencer took over from Don Matrick, then yeah, I'd say this would be more like PlayStation would have sold about 90 million.
Yeah, it'd be
and
much
Xbox
closer.
would be 60 to 70
It'd
million.
be much closer.
Way closer.
Yeah.
PlayStation would still be ahead and by no small margin, but it'd be a lot closer race.
Well, this
'Cause
this is embarrassing.
The first 2 to 3 years of Xbox's life were completely crushed by the launch of the console and what Don Matrick tried to do with the Xbox division.
Yep.
As soon as they got rid of his ass,
It turned around.
I mean, you have to give the team credit for even making it happen in the same console generation to get it to where it is now.
True.
Because shit was like, if you look at Xbox now versus when it launched, it is so how it's marketed, everything totally fucking different. Now they have the best value service with all the Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep.
Bar none. They have the strongest console in the market with the Xbox One X. They have the best case scenario for backwards compatibility right now for their original console as it stands. And they're positioned right now having shown off their next console before the competitor.
Yep.
While also the first game that people are seeing, which are both in-engine,
Godfall
infinitely
looks better.
better looking.
Looks better.
Even if it's no matter what tricks they're using to make it happen, it's not how they did it. It's the fact that they chose those games to be the first thing that people see. That's what's important.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if they use tricks and shit to make Hellblade look better.
Yep.
It's if PlayStation 5 is going to show off their first game and the console isn't even released,
Yep.
fucking make it look good,
Crush it.
right?
Crush it.
That's a big shift.
Dude, Xbox
a
right
big
now
shift.
is leading the charge. I mean, there's more hype with PlayStation, but Xbox is not fucking around, bro.
Sony's going to have to do some in 2020. Sony's going to, because it comes out at the end of the fucking year,
Yeah.
they're going to have to put on the absolute Catalina wine mixer of marketing pushes.
Yes.
Because Xbox just did this release at the Video Game Awards just to show this off.
Dude.
Do you know what they're fucking have for E3?
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
Or the
I can't,
and then
bro.
towards the end of the year after that, the next Xbox
E3
event.
is going to be so juicy this year, bruh. This will be actually
Tokyo
the one.
Game Show for PlayStation, Xbox's event at the end of the year, and then E3 in the middle. 2020 is going to be like fucking. It's going to be
Well,
two dudes.
It's going to be juicy.
It's going to be Takayama and Don Fry holding each other's back of the head and beating the fuck out of each other for
Yes.
the entire year.
Yes.
That's what it's going to look like.
Yes.
Don Fry is Xbox,
Yes.
coincidentally American. And then
It's going to be a
and then
bunch of.
Takayama, the Japanese, just
Yeah.
for like 25
And
minutes
you know
straight.
what's on the line? Billions of dollars.
You know who won that at the end? Don Fry.
Damn right.
Because his face is literally cast iron. He looked fresh as a daisy. He took a 6'7" Asian man's punches for like 10 straight minutes.
Hell yeah.
Feeding each other.
Whap.
And his face looked like he could have just been a fucking underwear model at the end. Takayama's face looked like he got hit by a truck. His eyeball was coming out of his head and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
He was all fucked up.
Bro, I can't wait.
Yes.
It's going to be fire. It's going to
be a good
It's
year.
going to be a good year for gaming.
It's a good year for gaming.
Hell yeah.